If you're looking for babysitters or you're looking for pet sitters, there's one app that you can go to discover it all. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the Sitter app. Welcome to the Now Morning Show, Mr. Michael-Gabriel Blackman, the CEO of the Sitter app. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
How are you doing this morning?
Tired.
Welcome to the morning show.
No problem.
But tell me something. What inspired you to say, I want to make an app for babysitters and pet sitters?
All right. So this idea was born somewhat like 10 years ago.
Okay.
Right. And as a father at the point in time and understanding the dynamics of parenthood, because this would have been my second child at the time, I wanted to, go out with a couple of my friends at the point in time. And there was no one to really watch my kid for me, that sort of stuff. And essentially, I was thinking to myself, what would be nice if, the same way as how you can order a vehicle to come and pick you up and drop you to a destination, how cool would it have been for me to just be able to have someone come and watch my kid? Now, at the time, I do have a good background in terms of my parents are able to watch them whenever it is that I need them.
Yeah.
But at this point in time, I couldn't, and I had to cancel the plans.
Right.
And it was important because it was one of my good friend's birthday. So it felt a little bit of a, but they understood, parents, that kind of thing. And that's where the idea basically came from. What if there's a support system that allows parents the flexibility to not just be parents, but to also be themselves as well? Because at the end of the day, you are human, you are a person, you want to interact with your friends, families, you want to have date night, that kind of thing. There should be something to allow you that flexibility.
All right, so as a parent, right?
Right.
My first thought, Michael, I can't lie to you, is
Go ahead.
If I go on this app and I find some random person to babysit my child, how do I verify that I can trust this person, that they have good enough instincts to see about my child, that they're not going to corrupt my child, that they're coming into my house when I'm not there, and I have to trust this person?
I love this question. I get it asked so many times. So basically what we do is we do the vetting first, but we also allow the parents to do the final vetting.
Okay.
What we want is that we want to put that power in your hands. Because at the end of the day, we don't want to tell you what's a perfect fit for your family. Now, the app is designed to actually do inter-video and inter-chat communication. So you can actually see a person's profile, read their information, and then we would have already verified that information for you before you even see the profile that's live and active.
Okay.
Then you can reach out to that person and be like, hey, I have a few questions I want to ask because, I want to feel comfortable. I'm reading your profile. I see everything. It looks great on paper, but I want to have a little one-on-one with you. And that's where the video interaction, that's where the chatting comes into play. Any questions, any queries, you ask them via the chat platform, you ask them via the video, and you're able to get that answers so that you are now comfortable to add them to your list of favorites. When you add them to your list of favorites now, you can then choose based on your schedule if you want Tom to see about taking Jerry to football practice between 4 and 6 because you have to work an extra shift.
Right.
Or if you want Tina, who's free on a Wednesday between 6 and 10 to, watch the kids because you and the wife, you want to go and have a little date night.
Okay.
Yeah?
All right, so you have a vetting process, and there's a secondary vetting process that I, as a parent, can now go through.
Correct.
In terms of payment, how does it work? Do I pay them when they come? Do I pay through the app?
Beautiful question. We wanted to make sure that everything is above board, and we didn't want the transfer of money or cash between persons because that becomes a security risk. So what happens is the parents would actually have to load up their account. They get Sitter coins, and then from that, they have something known as a wallet, and that wallet then transfers the money based on the booking to the sitter appropriately once they are able to book that particular block of time or segment. So at no point in time is there any cash transaction going on between the parent and the sitter.
All the cash comes through the app.
Correct. It's all electronic. It's all handled in the background. So it's not something that you have to stress about. And the beauty of it is that once you've loaded up your account as a parent, that never expires. And you get the full refund if you want to, minus an administrative cost, of course, which is like very, very minimal. But you get your money back, and everything is handled. It doesn't expire.
How do you load up the coins?
Right. So we actually have on the website where you would do a bank transfer to either Republic Bank or to RBC. In talks with CIBC and some other banks as well to make it very, very seamless that almost anybody on any banking platform can just do a transfer to our account, and that's automatically uploaded onto your Trip wallet. Well, your wallet. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah, your Sitter wallet.
Okay, and what if I want to give tips or anything like that? Is that discouraged, or do I do that through the app as well?
You can do that through the app as well. If you want to give a tip, that is entirely up to you. That is definitely a flexibility that you can express as well. We encourage it, actually.
Yeah, you mentioned the website. And you also mentioned to me before we started that it's not in the stores, the app stores just yet.
Correct.
But you can download the app via the website.
Correct.
Tell me how that process works.
Right. So when we came up with the idea in terms of building this app, we wanted to make sure that the flexibility was there for anybody to access it on any platform at any time, at any point of the day. So it's not just a platform that you can get on your phone, but you could use it on your laptop, you could use it on your computer. It doesn't matter. It's essentially a website that functions as an app. So when you go to the website, it comes with a pop-up that asks you, based on the device that you're looking at, whether it's a tablet or if it's a phone, whether it's Android or iPhone, hey, do you want to download this app? You click yes. It takes literally like 3 or 4 seconds. It downloads onto your phone, your tablet, or your device, and you're good to go. You use it from right there. If it is that you don't have access to your phone or your device, you could always go to the website link and still access it. Log in with your account. It works the same exact way. So it's flexibility across the board.
In terms of, is there a different process to apply if I'm applying to be a sitter versus if I'm applying to be a parent looking for a sitter?
Well, that is actually a really good question. So what happens is, in terms of you creating an account, because that's what you need to do, you actually choose what it is that you want to create your account for. So when you go to the website to sign up, you can actually choose if you want to be a parent, if you want to be a babysitter, if you want to be a babysitter/pet sitter. It has that functionality to basically filter out what it is that you're creating your account for. So once that account is created, the app will know exactly what it is that you are in terms of a user and how to treat with you moving forward.
Is there a verification process for the parent side of things as well?
Yes, there is. So once your account has been created, you get a welcoming screen that tells you, well, you know, you've signed up and whatever it is. Our admin team will actually reach out to you to just verify your information, take a couple notes, you know, talk with you, make sure that, you know, everything is copacetic, make sure that you're able to utilize and function with the app. They will also direct you as well if you have any questions in terms of the tutorials, because we have a bunch of tutorials on the link as well. So allow persons to be able to utilize and use the app in a way that is most convenient and flexible for them. The idea is that you go on, you do what you need to do, you set it up, and then you leave. You don't have to worry about it because it's all set.
Well, you gotta go back to book your people.
Yeah, well, obviously, yes, but what we're saying is...
Now, the part that's interesting for me is the pet sitting part as well, right? Because I feel like animals are temperamental, and I'm not an animal person, right?
Right.
From what I encounter, not all dogs are equal.
Correct.
Some dogs will like some people, and for some reason, they don't take some people.
Correct.
How do you determine that via video? How do you determine that electronically?
Right. So what we're trying to set up in terms of the pet sitting aspect of things is that we understand that creating that relationship with the pet is the same as you create a relationship with a child. So there will be a trial period with regards to the sitter going to meet with the persons to, you know, see if this is a perfect fit, you know, whatever it is, a test trial period. And based on that, you would know as the sitter or the parent if this is a fit for you as well. Because remember, at the end of the day, we want to make sure that everyone is comfortable. We're looking at safety. We're looking at building a community. So given the fact that someone may not be a right fit for you, there is always going to be someone else that could be a fit for you. And that onus, again, is on you as the parent. You have that last say to make sure this is what I want.
All right. Well, Michael-Gabriel Blackman, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Before we wrap up this morning, though, I want to play the video, which is basically encapsulating everything we just kind of spoke about.
That is correct.
And giving you a very clear idea as to how you can access the app. Michael, congratulations on the app.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us. We look forward to seeing it continue to grow.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Not a problem at all. Hey, guys, check out this video about the Sitter app.
Hi, thank you so much for signing up. We are so excited you decided to join our thriving community. We can't wait to get you started. We do have some housekeeping to take care of, but more on that later on. For now, let's focus on the convenience Sitter now brings to parents and babysitters using the app. Think of all the date nights, spontaneous plans, and allocated free time you can now get back as a parent. Think of the convenience of not stressing. That trip you've been thinking about now becomes a reality as you have Sitter to lend a hand. As a babysitter, Think of how easy it is for your prowess to be shown as a top-notch caregiver, and it does not hurt that you are getting paid well for doing what you love. Everyone gets a win with Sitter. Welcome to the Sitter app.